Hello, it's me again right now at another Sofitel. So this is Sofitel Sentosa, and it's more like a resort than a hotel. So quite different from the last Sofitel that we stayed in KL. Actually, I prefer the KL Sofitel lah, but that's out of point because today I'm going to talk about another cash saving strategy. And this time round is my ultimate cash strategy before the year ends in 2024. So every year end, I'll do an update of what I try to prepare for the end of the year and maybe for the start of the next year. 2025. But I have to disclose that based on my last year's update 2023 one, I have a very huge decrease in the cash balances because as most of you may have known that I have really channeled out most of my cash savings funds into the markets, specifically equity investments. And the fact is last year there are much more attractive fund and hold your cash savings promo like the Save Up, Level Up, the UOB Rising Dragon, and even Weeboo back then have very good promos, and Moomoo also have like their 5.8% or 6.8% per annum guaranteed. So 2024 is very different because this is when we start to have interest rates falling, and interest rates falling is not just a very short-term impact. There's going to be repercussions. Your high interest savings account are going to decrease their interest rates, and all of it is going to keep decreasing. In fact, Bonus Saver just announced that they are going to decrease their interest rates again. So those interest rates that I spoke of last week will not make any more sense. And my current cash strategy update is that it is still decreasing. My cash position is still decreasing as I continue to dollar cost average into the market. So this has not stopped since the earlier part of this year. I've been continuing my DCA plan whether it is good market or whether it is bad market. And also I spent a huge chunk of my cash on renovation this year because not just you have to renovate your home in terms of the furniture and fittings, you also have to buy home appliances, electronics, furniture. All these cost a lot of money. It's like at least 5-figure upwards multiplied by how many things you buy. Anyway, this time I have to be more careful on what I say because what I say may influence what you do. So I want you to be very careful, do your own research. Don't believe what I say. You just go and research on what I say. You think whether it's correct, then you go and execute your action, okay? I'm just doing a record for myself so that next year I can look back and say, what have I done this year? And what have I done? And was it a good or bad move? So it's like a journal to me. Okay, so you just treat it as entertainment will do lah, don't take it seriously. Anyway, if you're still not updated on the latest cash strategies and all these things, you can come and join us at our over 18,000 members Telegram group at Honey Money SG to ask your cash savings terms and conditions question there. And you know that in last episode, I talked about small cash savings, right? But my cash savings is still not considered small lah, so I can meet some terms and conditions one. So last time, the small cash savings, right, is more for really people who run no frills, all right? They don't want to have salary credit. They don't want credit card spend. So this time around, slightly more complicated because you need to fulfill terms and conditions. But don't worry, I'll guide you through the terms and conditions on. I'll handhold you, make sure you get the reward because I've been doing this for over 2 years, more than 2 years in fact. And let's start with our first option, which is OCBC 360 account. Because for the OCBC 360 account, as of the date of recording, it is still standing, all right, 4.65% per annum when you do 3 criteria: salary credit, incremental savings, and also the credit card spend. So I have around $100,000 saved inside OCBC 360, trying to enjoy this promotion. And if you were to ask, which credit card am I using with OCBC? That's the OCBC Infinity Cashback Mastercard. So by the time this video is out, I would have received my bonus interest for the month of November, and that is received on the 7th business day of December. So I'll show you it's around $380. And if you do not have an OCBC 360 account yet, you can sign up using my referral code right here. But the thing that I really want to highlight to you is that OCBC 360 account needs consistent effort, especially on the incremental $500 fresh funds. Because if you do not or even meet the $500, you will not qualify for the save bonus. And there will come to a point one day when your OCBC 360 savings exceed $100,000, and every time you put in $500, it gets a law of diminishing returns, right? Because the bonus interest only affect the first $100,000, which is exactly my case because I just crossed $100,000 in OCBC 360 this month. Anyway, I've done up an OCBC incremental savings calculator. You could download it from this link for free, and just put in your numbers and see what are the numbers that you should move in or move out. But note that this is still in trial. I'm still testing whether it is 100% accurate or not. So let me know if anything needs to be tweaked on this calculation spreadsheet. And you don't have to pay any tips. All I ask for is either you click through this interactive brokers link to support my channel, or if you don't have an OCBC 360 account yet, you can sign up via this referral code. Thank you. So I'm already looking to empty out this OCBC 360 account by 2nd of January, and then I'll deploy my funds to the next avenue, which I'll talk about more in the later part of this video. So make no mistake, I still think OCBC 360 is a very good account. It's just that at one point in time, you have to stop and do a ding-dong strategy with one of the other cash accounts or, investment platforms, which brings me to my second point, Moomoo. Existing user promotion. So I covered this promotion in last week's small savings cash strategy video already and explained the terms and conditions. So the last time I talked about this, I'm talking about $10,000 tier, but this time for existing user promotion, I will be taking the 100,000, which is the solitaire tier, which means I will need to hold $100,000 in incremental fresh funds for 30 days plus 30 days in Moomoo account. So my goal is to get that 1.8% per annum bonus interest coupon or the trading voucher. But I felt that the bonus interest coupon is much more valuable lah. Regarding the terms and conditions, I'll just give a quick refresher. It is measured against your AUM balance in Moomoo SG account as of the 11/11/10 p.m. So based on what AUM you have in Moomoo account at that point in time, then you have to add in incremental fresh funds. So for example, my Moomoo account back then has around 50 to 60,000 Singapore dollars, and then I didn't touch the funds there because it was fully invested. So now in December, I already moved like $100,000 into my Moomoo account, and I do not touch it. I'm not going to withdraw it. In fact, I have subscribed to some of these funds, short-term interest funds, bond funds, what have you, lower risk instruments that, help me get some returns while I'm waiting for the holding period. Again, I have to stress that this is what I'm doing. I've done my own research on whether it's suitable for me because these products may not be suitable for you. So you have to assess your own risk appetite, whether this promotion is for you, because I cannot provide financial advice as a non-licensed person. I mean, this is coming from an education standpoint where I show you what is available, then you have to decide for yourself, alright? Meanwhile, Moomoo also have their new user welcome promotion. I think it's refreshed like more than $2,000. Of course, it comes with terms and conditions, but anyway, I'm not sponsored by them for this video, so I will not explain it. But the fact is, you can still get very good welcome gifts if you use my referral link to sign up for Moomoo. Okay, number 3 cash saving strategy for me will be HSBC Everyday Global Account. So if you remember one of my earlier videos comparing OCBC 360 versus HSBC EJ, I felt that HSBC EJ is much more straightforward because it doesn't have credit card spend, it doesn't have salary credit. But since my cash level is already very low, so whatever remaining cash strategies that I have, the remaining funds, I'll put it in the HSBC EGA. And it's to qualify for 2 things. Number 1 is the bonus interest campaign, which I'm still participating in the October bonus interest campaign because that campaign is lasting for 3 months, October, November, December. Not like the current December bonus interest campaign that only lasts for 2 months, because they specifically said that if you participated in October, you cannot participate in December. So I did not send the SMS. Anyway, the mechanics is the same. The ADB is measured against November's balance. So assuming November ADB you had $10,000, then December you put in another $190,000 to make a total of $200,000. Only that $190,000 will be recognized for the bonus interest. And to be more specific, for the interest rates, for personal banking HSBC customers, you're getting 3.05% per annum. For premium banking customers, you're getting 3.1% per annum for the lower tier of less than $2 million. So if you add in the 1% bonus interest from the Everyday Global Account, Everyday Plus Rewards, where only the incremental funds are getting the 1% additional adder per annum. So then you add 1% to the 3.1% for premium, you get around 4.1% per annum. Then you get 4.05% per annum if you are the regular personal banking customer, which is not too bad, still more than 4% effectively. But my HSBC really very little funds really, because most of it has been channeled to both OCBC and Moomoo account. So the cash in the HSBC EJ is more like to pay my bills, Gyro, Cashback. So that's about it for my cash strategy. I think what I really want to prepare is also the UOB1 account, because I spoke about this account last quarter, but this quarter I felt that the terms are not that attractive. In fact, they already lowered that quarterly savings promotion, the cashback, right? So doesn't look that attractive. Maybe in the next quarter or the next year, 1st January, they will announce something good. Hope it's something good, then I can at least put my funds back in UOB1 account. But anyway, if they don't have a good promotion, I'll just leave it as it is, because I think investment returns far outpaces all the passive income that you can get from cash strategies, assuming you have the correct risk appetite. So very important, everyone has different risk level, different risk appetite. So what you may be comfortable in may not be comfortable for others. Lastly, I just want to cover one new promotion by one of the new trading platforms called Longbridge Singapore. Now, I published several posts about Longbridge on their new user promo, but this time around, I think it's one of the most generous ones because you're getting more than $300 equivalent in value. So for new to Longbridge customers, they are giving like 8% per annum bonus interest coupon, and then like 1 share of Nvidia or 1 share of Apple share, depending on how much you deposit and trade, right? So assuming if you have the funds level, the correct funds level, and you're okay to put in your funds and hold for the specific period until you receive your rewards, then yes, you can use my link and sign up for Longbridge. Anyway, I guess you all are not new to all these trading platforms, right? They are all regulated by MAS. And you know, in the past, we have like Tiger, we have Weibo, we have Moomoo, we have Poyers, and now we have Longbridge. So all these trading platforms, they are really regulated by MAS. I think even if you're not a long-term user of these platforms, you can take advantage of their sign-up rewards. Like 1 share of Apple, you know how much is Apple now or not? Like more than $200 already. I mean, this is coming from a reward standpoint, not from an investment or equity standpoint. I just want to avoid all the stock discussion altogether. So yes, when you're thinking of all this cash saving strategy, it cannot be for long term because once interest rates drop, like I mentioned last year, all these things are going to come tumbling down. They are never going to outpace inflation because inflation is like at least 3%. And all these high interest savings accounts, they have a limit. So always learn to invest instead of holding cash balances, which is why you can consider some of these options that I have as trading platforms that you can at least get the sign up reward first so you don't lose out. You get a head start, in fact. And this is ultimately my strategy to end the year for 2024 as we move on to the year of 2025. But if you are not like me, you don't have so much cash, all right, less than maybe $30,000, small savings on, then I can refer you to watch my previous video on a small cash saving strategy for people below 30K.